Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grown Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Welcome to my mess. No, I still haven't been able to clean. Been super busy. So, today is October 18th of 2024. It's Friday at 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. The clock on the wall says it's about 2 to 3 minutes before 4 o'clock. Today, my flowering quince experiment. I let the cuttings sit in water with the rooting hormone, so I made a solution, and they sat in there for 3 weeks. So, let's see if it works. Will they root? I don't know. I'm using a mixture of vermiculite mixed with perlite and the Zilla, which is the Douglas fir, and I forget what else. Fir and sphagnum moss. Fir and sphagnum moss. So, and then I got, for the thick branches, and a lot of you got arthritis, so Ironwood sells these smaller ratcheting pruners. They're good for arthritis. They got the finger grips in there, very good. Because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood, so we're going to put them in some pots here. Let's put this down, and here it is. And sitting in there, you can see it's trying to start to sprout a flower. So right now, let's see what we can fill up, how many pots we can fill with my mixture. Let's get this out of the way. Hopefully I don't spill it. Yeah, I know I gotta clean because I gotta get everything ready for the winter time. So I'm using some old pots with still a price tag on there. Let's take about 4 or 5 of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some unmilled sphagnum moss and I'm going to throw them into the pots, into the bottom, to cover the drainage hole. So if you don't have screen, this is the next best bet, because if everything will grow and gel together in there. So just push it in. That might be too much. There's the old clock on the wall. Four o'clock in the afternoon, everybody. You heard it. Mr. Clock says it's 4 o'clock. So let's get all this in here. There we go. I'll cover it back up. Keep it sealed real good. Now, let me get my, and that's how the mix looks. So put some in. I don't know how many pots we'll be able to fill up, because I didn't have a lot of vermiculite. I have to buy some more. Now I could stick these outside. Oh, for Steve from the garden, he gave me the idea with the acorns. Instead of putting the acorns in the fridge, well, I did put 3 in the fridge. But I put them all in the garage, because the garage is going to get super cold. So it's just going to be like being in a refrigerator. So I'm going to put them in there. So, well, I did put them in there. And we'll see if anything sprouts. And that'll keep the squirrels out. There, so that's all you do is like that. Get it in there. And we'll go from there. What I did, I'll show you what I did on here, because I got that idea from James Dean from Bonsai by the Sea. I took and I went all along the brains. This way here, it allows the water to soak up. So right now, I'm going to take my ironwood tool, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. You're going to say, Tom, you're going to cut them flowers off. I says, well, yeah, I'm going to have to. And I'm going to cut this one right above the brain, right below the brain, I mean. 1 click, 2 clicks. You can see how nice it cuts. I'm going to dip it in the water. Leave this in the water. Strip these little branches off. And it's got the rooting hormone in there. And then what I'm going to do is take and just give it a little squinch right there. And just to help it soak into the brain. So because you got one brain and you got another brain right there. So put it in and we're just going to push it right in. And for some reason, my flowering quince, after I pruned it, they're flowering. So figure that one out. So I got another flowering quince here. And all I'm going to do is take my ironwood tool and cut it right below the brain. And then we're just going to nick it, because that'll help it absorb more water. Just like that. See? Dip it in the water with all the hormones in. I'm going to stick it all the way down. Just like that. Let's get another one out. And this one looks pretty good too. So all I'm going to do is take my other ironwood, because it doesn't need that heavy of a cut, and just cut. Well, you're not seeing. I got to show what I'm doing. Just cut below the brain, just like that. And we're going to strip the leaves, because you got a whole bunch of brains here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brains over there. So that's good. And then we're going to just nick it. Just a little bit. Just a teeny bit. You're not going to see it that much on this one, but I don't know if I can turn it around and let you see it. And then we're going to stick it in the solution and stick it right in. You're going to say, Tom, is this going to go in the basement? No. I'm going to try to keep it out of the basement. I'm going to just cut it right there. I'm going to try to put it outside to overwinter it. Now let's see this one. This one here. You can see the cut I took on it. But I'm going to take these leaves off right there. And then we're going to cut right below the brain, because here's the brain. You know, the brain. Just like that. I'm just going to nick it. Nick. Take that piece of bark off. Get a little nick there. It'll help the brain absorb the water and the rooting hormone. And just mix it up like that in there. Oh, I got a little bit more rooting hormone over here. Mixed, and we'll stick that all the way in. And then we got one more pot. So this one here has got a good cut. So I think we're going to keep this one. And we're just going to cut the top off to above the leaves here. There's a brain right about there. Cut that. I'm going to dip it in some of this rooting hormone solution and back into here and back into here. Stick it in. And then we're going to give it a little squirt to get the surface tension out. Just like that. And there you have it. And we'll get Mr. Elephant. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties out there. Get this watered in real good. It'll make you like soaking in the water. And then what I'll do is put this in a little tub so that unmilled sphagnum moss gets a nice little soaking too. And also help generate the roots into it. There we go. But we'll do that off camera. So, Oh yes, and before I forget, let's see. I know it's a shame to cut the flowers off, but what are you gonna do? Right like that. And I'll just put the flowers in the water. Maybe they'll bloom. But what are you gonna do? So I'll put some markers in here, and we'll put it outside after I let it soak in some water to let the moss absorb the water. Might even stick it into the container here with the water, and we'll go from there. And these cuttings, if I find some more soil, because I'm all out, I'll try cutting them. Try putting them in a couple of more pots. I got 3 left. So you take care, everybody. And you know what tonight is? Today's Friday night. It's dance night. Grandma, get Grandpa off that couch. And if you can't move, then sit back with each other, relax, put on some big band music, and a little cup of tea, hold each other's hand, and enjoy the music when music was music. Take care, everybody.